Airsoft GITV is brought to you in part by Sistema, Mad Bull Airsoft, and JBU Airsoft.
What's up, GITV? My name is Tim. Today we're going to take a look at the officially licensed H&K G36 lineup from Aries. Aries has OEM'd these guns for H&K, for the Airsoft community, and they have done a fantastic job. In the spirit of CQB month, the month of July, we're going to take a close look at the G36C, but we are going to cover all three guns, the C, the K, and the G36. Got a lot of gun to cover, so I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. Great CQB gun in the G36C. Features that make it great: folding stock, cuts the overall length of the gun down by 10 inches. Aries have included the left, right, and bottom handguards. Some manufacturers of the MK36 do not give you the side rails. Aries does, and this is a great feature for CQB because you can attach lasers or flashlights. Personally, you will not see me on the CQB field without a flashlight attached to my gun. It is a great tool to have to see where your BBs are going and to blind the enemy that are firing at you. Top rail on the G36C allows you to mount optics, red dot sights, reflex sights, anything to help you aim faster. Is a great ally in close quarters combat. A feature about all the G36s, obviously the folding stock is a feature on all of them, but they are all ambidextrous, okay? Fire selector is ambidextrous, magazine release is ambidextrous, charging handle, lever can be moved to the left or right side so that you can pull the charging handle back no matter what hand you're using. One feature that I like about the Aries G36s over others is that it actually has a charging handle catch. Okay, there's a button here right in front of the trigger that catches the charging handle, and it allows you to adjust your HOMPA very easily without having to fiddle with the charging handle and worry about holding it back. Moving along to the G36K. This gun can also be used for close quarters combat because it's not any longer than an M4 carbine, but it does have the feature to fold the stock down. Okay, being able to cut the overall length of the gun is essential for close quarters, and it makes it a lot easier to cut corners with. No rails on the K, and there's actually no way to attach rails on it, but that's alright because it does have a cool carry handle with a built-in 3x zoom scope. So that'll come in handy when shooting long range. They do have a rail on top of that scope where you can mount a micro red dot sight or any kind of red dot sight, so you can switch from shooting far with your 3x zoom scope up to using your red dot sight if you want to for closer engagements. Same features of the G36 apply: folding stock, ambidextrous, features, magazine, blah 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 blah. Also, with the built-in carrying handle and the 3x zoom scope is the G36. This one actually has a red dot sight built into the carry handle as well. It does work. I don't have the batteries to make it work though, but again, you can go from shooting long range with your 3x zoom scope to using your red dot sight for closer engagements. This gun is made for long range engagements, not great for CQB even though it does have a folding stock. It does have a built-in bipod for shooting much further. The barrel is much longer than the C and the K and comes with a bayonet lug. All of the other features are the same on this gun. Additionally, what makes the Aries G36s great are the features on the inside, not just the realism and the build quality on the outside. The gearbox, the internal construction of the gun is fantastic. We're going to take a look at those after this commercial break. This public service announcement is brought to you by Airsoft GI and Condor Outdoor. What's up, GITV? This is just a quick reminder to always have fun when you're playing Airsoft, but be safe, use common sense, and always follow the law. Don't take your Airsoft guns out in public, especially not to school. You don't want to be the one that gets Airsoft banned for everybody now, do you? Okay, we're going to break the gun down to the gearbox because that's as far as I need to go to show you what I need to show you. I have the K in front of me. All of the guns, the C and the G36, break down in the same fashion. And it's very simple. Pop out the front handguard pin, pop out the rear body pin, and the middle pin that keeps the magazine well attached. Now in some cases, you may need a pry tool to help get these pins out, which is what I have here. There we go. Bam. The magazine well folds forward on itself. Handguard slides off. Now the reason why you need to take the handguard pin off is because you can actually remove the barrels very easily by loosening this barrel nut, and the barrel will slide off. This one is on pretty tight though, and I'm not going to take it off because I don't really need to. Fold the stock down, and there's a back plate here with the spring guide for the charging handle, and the gearbox will slide out like so. Okay, and guide the wires through. Bam! So now we have our lower receiver with our gearbox, the magazine well, the handguard, and the rest of the assembly, and like I said, the barrel does come out. Now, this is what makes this so cool. Number one, the gearbox comes all the way out, which gives you access to the hop-up and barrel. So changing this gun to have a tight bore barrel or a different hopper bucking, whatever you want, is super easy to access because all you need to do is remove these 3 pins and take these body parts off. The spring system on this features Aries quick change spring design. So we just take this out, take the spring guide out, and we can put whatever spring we want inside here. Another cool thing about this gearbox is that the traditional trigger shuttle and contact assembly has been replaced with Aries trigger switch assembly, which is something they've had in their guns for a little while. So this is really nothing new, but it is a great feature over any other MK36 or any other airsoft gun with the old Tokyo Marui design with the trigger shuttle and contact assembly. As you can see, this gun is a mechanical blowback unit that is attached to the spring, or is attached to the piston. So when the piston moves back, it pulls the charging handle back, or pulls the dust cover back, etc., etc. Now, let's put this gun back together and we'll see how hard it shoots. Okay, for this chrono test, we will be testing all 3 H&K G36s because they have the same gearbox internals. Normally, if 2 guns have very similar or the same internals, I'll only test one of them, but because all 3 of these guns have a full cylinder, that means that the muzzle velocity should increase as the barrel length increases. So, if Aries knows what they're doing, they probably made a G36C, the close quarters combat AEG, somewhere around 350 FPS, and the K and the G36 will shoot a little bit harder. So let's find out. G36K chronograph. Looks like I was correct. The G36C is hovering around 340 FPS or so, the K around 380 to 390, and the G36 well above 400 at about 420 to 430 or so. All of these guns are fantastic, and I actually discovered a new feature while I was chronographing the guns. Remember that button I told you about that holds the charging handle back so you can adjust the hop up? It also doubles as the spring tension release button. So that when you're done firing in full auto, you can release the spring tension and reset your piston back to 0. That is an excellent, excellent addition to this already fantastic gun. Check out all 3 of the H&K G36s from Aries, officially licensed by H&K. The G36C is for sale for $279.99. The K, which is in my hands, is for sale for $349.99. And the G36 is for sale on Airsoft GI for $369 even. I'm Tim from Airsoft GI, and I'll see you next time. Airsoft GI TV is brought to you in part by Sistema, Mad Bull Airsoft, and JBU Airsoft. That make it good for CQB. The one of which... Alright, here we go with the breakdown of the G36. Very simple. Bam. Pop out the back pin, pop out the front pin, and pop out the middle pin that holds the magazine well in place. Oh man, that's harder than I thought.